ادع إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة وجادلهم بالتي هي أحسن.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء المرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم. أما بعد, today's lesson is الدرس العاشر. الدرس العاشر, the 10th lesson. We're going to begin by reading the text, inshallah. And if we come across any new rules, inshallah, we're going to explain it as we are reading. طيب, so this is a conversation between Hamid and Muhammad. Hamid and Muhammad. Hamid says, Man anta? Man anta? Who are you? Muhammad says, أنا طالب بالجامعة. أنا طالب بالجامعة. طيب, this is the first new thing in this lesson, and that is this ba. This ba is a harf jar, and this harf jar is made up of a single letter. It's made up of a single letter, and this is why it is prefixed to the ismul majroor. This is why it's joined together with the ismul majroor. Just like the lam lil bayti li mudarrisin li Muhammadin, the lam that we took previously, that one is also a single letter like the ba. Both of these are added or prefixed to the ismul majroor. And this ba means at or in, comes for the meaning of at or in. So here, for example, we say, أنا طالب بالجامعة. I am a student at the university. So if you're going to use this ba, you need to attach it onto the word that comes after it. And notice how the alif or the hamzatul wasl hasn't been omitted. So when we join or prefix the ba onto the ism al-majroor, if it has hamzatul wasl, we don't omit the hamzatul wasl if it's part of al. Unlike the lam. Do you remember the lam? When we prefix the lam onto a word that starts with al, we have to take off the hamzatul wasl. We have to take off the hamzatul wasl. So if it was al-mudarris, and I want to prefix the lam onto it, the lam, I have to take off the hamzatul wasl. So I would write lam to lam, this lam. So I've taken off the hamzatul wasl. So I'll say lil mudarrisi. But if it was the ba, I keep the hamzatul wasl. I would do this. Bil mudarrisi. So both of them are prefixed onto the ismul majroor. The ismul majroor is the majroor word that comes after the noun, which is majroor, that comes after the ba and the lam. But the difference between the two is that with the ba, we don't take off the hamzatul wasl, whereas with the lam, we take off the hamzatul wasl. أنا طالب بالجامعة. I am a student at the university. Hamid says, أأنت طالب جديد? Are you a new student? Muhammad says, نعم أنا طالب جديد. Yes, I am a new student. Hamid then asks, من أين أنت? Where are you from? Muhammad says, أنا من الهند. أنا من الهند. I am from India. Hamid says, ما اسمك? ما اسمك? We don't say ما اسمك when we read this. We say ما اسمك because hamzatul wasl is in the middle now. When it's in the middle, we don't read it. We skip it. So here we say ما اسمك. So this kaf here, this is the second new thing in this lesson. This is the second new thing in this lesson. So this word ismuka is comprised of two words. Even though it looks like it's one word, it's actually comprised of two separate words joined together. So the first one is ismun and anta. Ismun and anta. Name and yours. Anta is a damir. This damir is a detached pronoun. It's a detached pronoun. We don't attach it. So if we want to attach a pronoun onto ism, we have to use the attached version of anta. The attached version of anta is kaf, this ka. This, it means the same thing as this, but this you can't attach and this you can attach. So we have ism, ismuka. I've taken off the tanween here because this is mudaf, mudaf ilayhi. The same rules for mudaf, mudaf ilayhi apply. And there's a rule that says whenever we have a dhamir, whenever there's a dhamir, a pronoun attached to a noun, then it's always going to give you mudaf, mudaf ilayhi. Whenever a dhamir, a pronoun attaches to a noun, it's always going to give you mudaf, mudaf ilayhi. So the rules of mudaf, mudaf ilayhi apply. Okay, someone might ask, why isn't this, if this is mudaf ilayhi, why isn't it taking a kasra? Because mudaf ilayhi is majur, right? The reason why this is not taking a kasra is because this is mabni. All of the pronouns, all of the dhama'ir, whether they are detached or attached, they are all going to be fixed. This kaf is fixed on fatha. It never changes. That's why we don't see the kasra. This is why we don't see the kasra. طيب. We only see kasra if the word is mu'rab. If the noun is mu'rab, we can see the kasra. We can see the changes. But if it is mabni, then we cannot see the changes. It's going to be fixed. So this is mudaf, mudaf ilayhi. Okay. So dhama'ir. Dhama'ir. Dhama'iru. Plural of dhamir. The plural of dhamirun, pronoun, is dhama'iru. Dhama'iru means pronouns. Are two types. Pronouns are two types. We have dhama'ir. Dhama'iru. Or let me write ad-dhama'iru. Ad-dhama'iru. الضمائر المنفصلة المنفصلة. الضمائر المنفصلة, these are detached. منفصل means detached. Detached pronouns. We have الضمائر المنفصلة, detached pronouns, and then we have the ضمائر المتصلة. الضمائر المتصلة. الضمائر المتصلة, attached. Attached pronouns. So the detached pronouns, the ones that are able to stand alone, they usually come at the beginning of the sentence. They usually come at the start of the sentence. The attached pronouns, they usually come anywhere in the sentence other than the beginning. So these, they don't stand alone. They are fixed onto a word. And if the word is a noun, then it's always going to be standing in the place of mudaf ilayhi. So in this book so far, we've taken 4 pronouns which are detached. The 4 pronouns that we've taken so far are huwa, which means he. Hiya, which means she. Anta, which means you. And ana, which means I. So 4 pronouns that we've taken. All of these are detached. The attached version of huwa is who. So we could have something here, any word, any noun, and then who is attached, and this who refers to the same thing as huwa, he. So for example, baytuhu means his house. His house. So these are the possessive pronouns. Yani. These are the possessive pronouns. We refer to them as ad-dhamair al-muttasila, the attached pronouns. So the attached version of huwa is who. For here, we have ha. For anta, we have ka. As we've taken here, ismuka, anta, ka. For ana, it's ya with a sukun. It's ya with a sukun. Here we have the word, the noun. Baytu, for example. Baytuhu, his house. Baytuha, her house. Baytuka, your house. Bayti, my house. Okay. So the first word here ends here. The first word ends here. So the i'rab appears here. The i'rab of this word, if it's marfu', it will be baytu. If it's majrur, it will be bayti. If it's mansub, it will be bayta, and so on. However, with the last one, this ya, the word here is always going to take a kasra. This kasra is not to indicate that the word is majrur, but this kasra is for suitability, because it's very difficult to pronounce this ya with anything other than kasra. So you always have to have a kasra before attaching this ya. So that's why we say bayti, ismi, my name, bayti, my house, rabbi, my lord, and so on. Sayyarati, my car, ibni, my son. It will always have this kasra. Whether the word is marfu', whether the word is mansub, whether the word is majrur, this kasra is taking precedence over the haraka, the vowel of i'rab. This haraka, this kasra takes precedence over that. So we're not going to see the changes. When it's marfu', we say the dhamma is estimated. When it's majrur, we say the kasra is estimated. This kasra is not the kasra of the word being majrur. This is the kasra of al-munasaba, just to make it suitable and easy to pronounce this. Yeah. When it's mansub, likewise, we say it's muqaddar. We say it's estimated. The fatha is estimated, and so on. However, with the rest of these, we can have baytu hu, bayta hu, bayti he, and so on. Baytaha, baytuha, baytiha, baytuka, baytika, baytaka. Here it's going to be bayti, bayti, bayti in all three cases, whether it's marfu', majrur, or mansub. Okay, this is very important to know. So we have mudaf, mudaf ilayhi. So these damirs here that we've just mentioned here, the equivalent of these detached pronouns, they are actually standing for something which is majrur, right? Because this is mudaf, mudaf ilayhi. Mudaf, mudaf ilayhi. So we only use these ones, these damirs, we only use them if we're representing something which is majrur. If we're representing something which is majrur. If we're representing something which is marfu', we can't use these ones. So for example, ana, the verb dhahaba, for example, dhahaba. How do I say I went? I went. I want to represent ana as a damir, as a pronoun which is attached. The pronoun for ana is tu. Tu. Simply attached to the end of the verb, dhahabtu gives you I went. However, we give a sukoon here. Before attaching this ta, we give a sukoon here. So, dhahabtu. Dhahabtu. So we have this is attached and this is attached. Both of them mean ana. However, this one is when you are using in the place of something which is majrur, like mudaf ilayhi or ism majrur. Anything which is majrur, you can use this damir to show that, to stand in the place of that noun which is majrur. But if it's marfu', we use this one. So here this is fi'l and this is fa'il. Fa'il is always marfu', right? That's why we're using this one and not this one. Dhahabtu means I went. Dhahabtu, I went. And the same thing for if it was anta, you went, I would say dhahabta. Dhahabta, you went. This is the damir here. This is the attached damir muttasila here that's being used to mean you. You, I. You, I. For huwa and here, we don't have an equivalent damir for ar-raf' to show that it's marfu', we don't have. So we just bring dhahaba. Dhahaba. Where's the damir? We look for it in the sentence. If it's not there, then we say it's huwa. Huwa is hidden. Huwa will always be hidden. If it's not mentioned in the sentence, it's going to be hidden. And here likewise is going to be hidden. Here is also going to be hidden, just like huwa. However, if something is hidden, whenever something is hidden, there's always going to be a sign for you to trace back that thing which is hidden. If in ذهب, it's always going to be traced back to huwa. In ذهب, if we wanted to trace it back to here, then it's going to be confusing. If we had ذهب and we're saying that this one's for huwa and this one's for here, it's going to be confusing. Which is why we add this ta. ذهب, ذهبت. This ta at ta'nith. This ta showing that the fa'il which is hidden is feminine. This ta which is sakin indicates that the fa'il is hidden. So this is what helps us to trace back the hidden dhamir, which is here in this case. So ذهبت means she went. ذهبت, she went. ذهب, he went. Both of these are hidden. Both of these are hidden. So this is not dhamir. This is just a particle to help you trace back the hidden dhamir. So this is what differentiates this from this. Here we trace it back as huwa, and here we trace it back as here. What's helped us to trace it back as here is this ta, this indication that the fa'il is feminine. Okay, so we have two types of dhamair. Munfasila, detached, we've taken 4, and we have attached pronouns. Attached pronouns are used to represent nouns so that you don't have to repeat. So instead of saying Muhammad's house, Muhammad went, you can just say ذهب بيته and use something which is short to paraphrase or shorten the sentence so it's not long. And this is what the Arabs they like and they are known for, being concise in their speech. Okay, I hope this is understood. The muttasil version of huwa is hu, but we only use this ha and ka and ya if it's majroor. We use these ones. If it's marfu', we use these ones, these two. Dhahabta, it means it's used for anta. Dhahabtu is used for ana. So masmuka means what is your name. Masmuka means what is your name. Ismi Muhammadun. So this is the second dhamir now, muttasil version, the one that we just mentioned, explained right now. Ismi. Why is the meme taking a kasra? Is this word majroor? No, this word is not majroor. This kasra is kasra to make it easy for us to pronounce the ya. The ya is the dhamir, and the kasra is just there to allow us to pronounce the dhamir easily. This word is actually the mubtada. This word is actually the mubtada, which is supposed to be marfu'. But the dhamma cannot be seen. It's muqaddar. It's estimated. Where is the dhamma? It's estimated. Why is it estimated? Because this area cannot take two harakat. You can't have dhamma and kasra at the same time. So priority is given to the kasra, which is there for suitability, to make it easy to pronounce the ya. That's given priority over the dhamma to show that it's marfu'. Ismi Muhammadun. My name is Muhammad. And this gives us mubtada, mudaf ilayhi. So this is mubtada, and at the same time it's mudaf, and the ya is mudaf ilayhi. Muhammadun is khabar. Next one, Hamid asks him, وَمَنْ هَذَا الْفَتَى الَّذِي مَعَكَ وَمَنْ هَذَا الْفَتَى الَّذِي مَعَكَ And who is this young boy who is with you? Fata is a youth, a young boy, a young lad. وَمَنْ هَذَا الْفَتَى الَّذِي Hamzatul Wasl, so I skip it. الَّذِي مَعَكَ And as we said, الَّذِي is Ismul Mawsul, relative pronoun, which is followed by a Silatul Mawsul, a clause. And the clause can either be made up of a sentence or a phrase. Muhammad says, Huwa Zamili. He is Zamilun is the word. Zamilun means colleague. Zamilun means colleague. But now we're saying that he is my friend, my colleague. So we're adding the ya, and before adding the ya, the word has to end with a kasra. Zamili. Huwa Zamili. He is my colleague. This is mubtada, this is khabar. Khabar is also marfu', but the dhamma on the lam is not apparent, it's not visible because of the kasra. The kasra is given priority. So we don't see the dhamma. So it's muqaddar, estimated. Why is it estimated? Because this is mudaf to ya. This is mudaf to ya, and the ya requires for us to have a kasra there to be able to pronounce. Okay. Huwa Zamili. He is my colleague. The next one says, Ahuwa aydan min al-Hindi. Is he also from India? Is he also from India? Muhammad says, لا هو من اليابان. No, he is from Japan. Hamid says, ما اسمه. ما اسمه. What is his name? اسمه, the ha represents the muttasil. It's the muttasil version of huwa. It's the attached version of huwa. ما اسمه. What is his name? Muhammad says, اسمه Hamzatu. His name is Hamza. And remember, always remember that whenever a dhamir attaches to a noun, it gives mudaf ilayh. Okay, so if we was to analyze this sentence here, ismuhu Hamzatu, for example, ismuhu Hamzatu. His name is Hamza. This is a jumla ismiya, a nominal sentence. So we're looking for mubtada khabar. Where is the topic of the sentence, the subject of the sentence? Ismu. Ismu is the mubtada. Ismu by itself. And this ismu is at the same time it's mudaf. Where's mudaf ilayh? The ha is mudaf ilayh. So ismu mubtada wa huwa mudaf, and it is mudaf. Al ha, the ha here is mudaf ilayh. And what's Hamzatu? Hamzatu is the khabar. This is the khabar. His name is Hamza. Hamza is taken one dhamma, even though this is a masculine name. It's a masculine name. It's taken one dhamma. Okay, this is also mamnu' min as-sarf. Words that do not take tanween, they are mamnu' min as-sarf. So previously we took that the proper nouns, the feminine proper nouns, alam, alamun, mu'annathun, feminine proper nouns, alamun, mu'annathun, they are mamnu' min as-sarf. They don't take tanween, because they are proper nouns and they are feminine. Like Amina, Maryam, Khadija, Aminatu, Maryamu, Khadijatu, Zainabu. These are mamnu' min as-sarf. They are mamnu' min as-sarf because they are proper nouns, names of people. And likewise they are mu'annath. They are feminine. We need to know now that at-ta'nith, which is femininity, femininity is two types. There's two types of femininity. There's ta'nith ma'nawi, and there's ta'nith lafzi. Ma'nawiyun and lafziyun. Ta'nith ma'nawiyun and ta'nith lafziyun. Femininity where the meaning, ma'nawi is meaning is feminine. The meaning is feminine. And lafzi is the word, the pronunciation of the word. The word itself is feminine. Okay. So if we look at Aminatu, for example, is the meaning behind this word feminine? Is it indicating a feminine? Yes, Amin is the name of a woman or a female. Is the word feminine? Yes, it's feminine because it has ta marbuta. So this Amina is feminine in both ma'na and lafz, in meaning and pronunciation. Yeah? It's feminine in meaning and pronunciation. How about Maryam? Maryam is feminine in meaning only. It has no indication that the word itself is feminine. There's no indications, there's no ta marbuta or other signs that this word is feminine in pronunciation. So this is only mu'annath ma'nawi. Khadija is mu'annath ma'nawi and lafzi. Zainab is mu'annath in ma'na only, not in the lafz. Okay, then we come to Hamzatu. Hamza and Muawiyah and words like this. These words, are they mu'annath in meaning? No, their meaning is not mu'annath because Hamza is a masculine, Muawiyah is a masculine. Are they mu'annath in pronunciation? Is the word mu'annath? Yes, the word is mu'annath. Why is it mu'annath? Because it has ta marbuta. It has ta marbuta. This ta marbuta is a symbol that a word is feminine. That's why the pronunciation of the word is feminine. although the meaning is masculine. Hence, when we say alam mu'annath, any proper noun which is mu'annath, we need to remember and consider that at-ta'neeth, femininity, includes meaning and includes words. The word itself, its pronunciation, has it got any symbols of it being feminine? We need to also remember this, yeah? So now we need to include Hamza and Muawiyah and words of masculine, masculines, of males, which have ta marbuta. They are also falling under the category of alam mu'annath, which are mamnu' min as-sarf. So this is why Hamzatu has one dhamma. It's mamnu' min as-sarf. Why is it mamnu' min as-sarf? Because it's a alam mu'annath. Which type of mu'annath is it? It's mu'annath in lafz. Mu'annath in the lafz. The word is mu'annath because it has ta marbuta. طيب. There's going to come an exercise as part of the homework, inshallah, to test you on this. The next question is ما لغتك يا محمد. ما لغتك يا محمد. What is your language, O Muhammad? What is your language, O Muhammad? يا محمد. Muhammad says لغتي الأردية. لغتي, my language. لغتي, the asl of this is لغة. لغة has become لغتي because it's attached to the ya. Any noun which is attached to this ya, which represents ana, has to have a kasra before attaching the ya. لغتي, my language, is al-urdiyatu. So this is mubtada. At the same time it's mudaf. The ya is mudaf ilayhi. Al-urdiyatu is the khabar. Mudaf, mudaf ilayhi. Very important to remember this. This is what we have to take away from this lesson. The dama'ir al-muttasila. Whenever the attached pronouns are attached to nouns, it gives us mudaf, mudaf ilayhi. Hamid says, أهي لغة سهلة. Is it, al-urdiyatu, that's what he's referring to as something feminine. أهي لغة سهلة. Is it an easy language? So here is our mubtada. لغة is khabar. هي لغة. سهلة is na'at. Na'at for the لغة. أهي لغة سهلة. Is it an easy language? Muhammad says, نعم هي لغة سهلة. Yes, it is an easy language. هي لغة سهلة. It is an easy language. Hamid says, وحمزة, one dhamma, remember it's mamnu' min as-sarf. وحمزة ما لغته. And Hamza, what is his language? ما لغته, what is his language? This ma here is ma'ul istifham. It came in lesson 1. Remember, yeah? It's used to ask about non-intellectual things. You ask about questions about non-intellectual things, we use ma. For intellectual beings, we use man. Man. Man huwa, who is he? Ma hadha, what is this? And so on. Muhammad says, لغته اليابانية. لغته اليابانية. His language is Japanese. وهي لغة صعبة. And it is a difficult language. Difficult language. We're saying صعبة and not صعب because this is منعوت and نعت. Have to match in gender. لغة is feminine. صعبة has to be feminine also. And this writing here is لغة اليابانية. This is Japanese. Hamid says, أين أبوك يا محمد. Hamid says, أين أبوك يا محمد. Where is your father, O Muhammad? Okay, in this lesson, one of the new things also is the word Abu and Akhuka. Abuka and Akhuka. Abun by itself and Akhun we've taken already, yeah? Abun and Akhun. Abun means father, Akhun means brother. When these words, two of these words, and there are 5 of them in total, there's 5 of these words in total which have a special rule. These two are part of 5 words which have special rule. When they are mudaf, when these words are mudaf, they have a letter which comes to show that they are marfu'. So when these words are marfu', there's a waw. A letter comes which is waw. Okay, this waw is the sign of it being marfu'. When they are mansub, instead of fatha, we have alif. It becomes abaka, akhaka. Yeah, the waw changes into a alif when it's mansub. And when it is majroor, the alif changes or the waw changes into a ya. So it will be abika, akhika. So in this case, abuka, akhuka, this word is marfu'. What's the sign of it being marfu'? The waw. What's the sign of this word being marfu'? The waw. Akhaka, abaka. What's the sign of it being mansub? The alif. The alif. Abika, akhika. What's the sign of it being majroor? The ya. What's the sign of it majroor? The ya. So these two words are part of 5 nouns. They are called asma'ul khamsa. The 5 nouns. Al asma'ul khamsa. Al asma'ul khamsatu. The 5 nouns. Why are they called the 5 nouns? Because they have a special rule which they share in. And that special rule is when they are marfu', they have a waw. When they are mansub, they have a alif to indicate that they are mansub. When they are majroor, the indication of the symbol of it being majroor is the ya. When does this happen? This happens when these words are mudaf. You have to have them mudaf. When they are mudaf, this is when it happens. If they're not mudaf like abun, akhun, then they go back to being a normal noun. So they be abun, abin, aban, akhun, akhin, akhan. So this only happens when they are mudaf. So this is why we have this waw here. Where is it? Ayna abuka ya Muhammadu. Where is your father, O Muhammad? Ayna abuka ya Muhammad. Where is your father, O Muhammad? Muhammad says, Abi. Abi. My father. So this is mudaf, mudaf ilayh also. The condition for these to be from the Asma'ul Khamsa is that they have to be mudaf, as we mentioned. However, there's an exception. They can be mudaf to everything except for the ya. This ya that we mentioned. They can be mudaf to everything. For them to be part of the Asma'ul Khamsa, they have to be mudaf. They have to be mudaf to something other than this ya. This ya. Because this ya must have a kasra before it. It must have a kasra before. So you can't bring the waw, the alif, the ya. It has to have a kasra before it. Hence why we say abi. There's no alif, there's no waw, there's no ya. It goes back to being a normal noun. Abi. Akhi. Okay. So there's an exception to that we said that they have to be mudaf, but yes, they have to be mudaf to anything other than ya. Because this ya has to have a kasra before it. Because it has to have a kasra before it, we can't bring the waw, the alif and the ya to symbolize marfu, mansub, majroor. So when we say abi, my father, abi is mudaf and the ya is mudaf ilayhi. So this word is actually mubtada. It's supposed to be marfu. The sign of it marfu is a dhamma, which is estimated. Why is it estimated? Because the ba has a kasra for suitability, and we can't put a dhamma. It can't carry 2 vowels. So we just give precedence and priority to the kasra instead of the dhamma. Abi fil Kuwaiti. My father is in Kuwait. Abi fil Kuwaiti. My father is in Kuwait. Huwa tabibun shahirun. He is a famous doctor. Man'ut na'at. He is a famous doctor. Wa ayna ummuka. And where is your mother? Wa ayna ummuka. And where is your mother? Mudaf, mudaf ilayh. Mudaf, mudaf ilayh. Anytime we see a dhamir attached to a noun, it gives us mudaf, mudaf ilayh. Muhammad says, هي أيضا في الكويت مع أبي. She, يعني أين أمك? The question was, where's your mother? She also is in Kuwait. She is also in Kuwait. مع means with. مع means with. It's a ظرف. ظرف مكان. ظرف مكان. Adverb of time. And it's going to be mudaf. It's always going to be mudaf, and the word after is mudaf ilayhi. Ma'a abi. Mudaf, and the ab is mudaf ilayhi, and the ab again is also mudaf, and the ya is mudaf ilayhi. So we can have a sequence of mudaf, mudaf ilayhi. So this is mudaf, mudaf ilayhi, and it's also mudaf, and the ya is mudaf ilayhi. With my father. She is also in Kuwait with my father. هي مدرسة هناك. She is a teacher over there. هي مدرسة, not madrasatun. Madrasa means school. مدرسة means teacher. هي مدرسة هناك. She is a teacher over there. Hamid says, أذهبت إلى الكويت يا محمد. Did you go to Kuwait, O Muhammad? Did you go to Kuwait, O Muhammad? So this is why we was mentioning this previously. ذهبت. ذهب, this part, this is the fi'l. This is the fa'il. Fa'il can sometimes come as a normal noun, or it can be represented as a damir. This damir could be hidden, like huwa, here, or it can be present. ذهبت, ذهبت. This ذهبت is anta. ذهبت is ana. Also, the mudaf ilayhi can be a normal noun, like baytu Muhammadin, qalamu Muhammadin, or it can be a damir, qalamuhu, baytuhu. Okay, so this is one of the things that we need to take out from this lesson, that the mudaf ilayhi can be a normal noun or it can be a damir. The fa'il likewise can be a normal noun or it can be a damir. Okay, so here we have أذهبت. Did you go? فعل فاعل. فعل فاعل. This is fa'il. Okay, fa'il is supposed to be marfu', right? Why is this taking a fatha? This is taking a fatha because it's mabni, it's fixed. All damirs, all pronouns are fixed. Whether they are detached or attached, they are all fixed. Okay, we just we're always going to pronounce this one with a fatha, and we're always going to pronounce this one with a dhamma. The one that means I is always going to be with a dhamma. The one that means you, adhabta, did you go, is always going to be with a fatha. Okay, that's why we don't see the raf', the dhamma. Adhabta ila al-Kuwait ya Muhammad. Did you go to Kuwait, O Muhammad? Na'am, dhahabtu. Na'am, dhahabtu. This is a mistake. On the ba should be sakin. It should have a sukun. Na'am, dhahabtu. Yes, I went. Past tense verbs, yeah, these ones. Yes, I went. Hamid says, وَزَمِيلُكَ أَيْنَ أَبُوهُ. And your colleague, where is his father? وَزَمِيلُكَ أَيْنَ أَبُوهُ. And your colleague, where is his father? أَيْنَ أَبُوهُ. Where is his father? Muhammad says, أَبُوهُ فِي الْيَابَانِ. His father is in Japan. هُوَ تَاجِرٌ كَبِيرٌ. He is a big merchant. هُوَ تَاجِرٌ كَبِيرٌ. Hamid says, أَلَكَ أَلَكَ أَخٌ يَا مُحَمَّد. أَلَكَ أَخٌ يَا مُحَمَّد. Do you have a brother, O Muhammad? Do you have a brother, O Muhammad? Okay, this lam now, this lam is the same lam that we were learning. The same lam, lamul jar, lam that shows possession, is the same lam. But this lam, when it's attached to normal nouns, like lil mudarrisi, lil bayti, li Muhammadin, it takes a kasra. When it's attached to normal nouns, it takes a kasra. But when it's attached to pronouns, it takes a fatha. Laka, lahu, laha, it takes a fatha. Okay, except if it's attached to this pronoun. If it's attached to this pronoun, the ya, this ya, then it has to take a kasra, because this pronoun always requires a kasra before. So it's going to be li. Anything other than this ya is going to be lahu, laka, laha, and so on. But if it's normal nouns, it's going to be lil mudarrisi, lil qalami, li Muhammadin, and so on. Alaka akhun ya Muhammad. Do you have a brother, O Muhammad? Muhammad says, Na'am. Yes. Li akhun wahidun. I have one brother. Li akhun wahidun. I have one brother. Ismuhu Usamatu. His name is Usama. Usama is mamnu' min as-sarf likewise because it's feminine in pronunciation, yeah? So it's alam mu'annath. It's a proper noun that's feminine. Feminine proper noun, but the femininity here is in pronunciation because in meaning it's a masculine, right? Same like Hamza. اسمه أسامة. His name is Usama. وهو معي هنا في المدينة المنورة. And he is with me, معي, he is with me, هنا, over here. He is with me here in المدينة المنورة. Medina is the name of the city and Munawwara is the na'at. Na'at meaning shining or radiant. Okay. Madinati is majrur, so the na'at has to be majrur. Munawwarati. If it was Madinatu, it will be Munawwaratu. Madinata, Munawwarata. Na'at always follows the man'ut in i'rab. وهو معي هنا في المدينة المنورة. And he is with me here in Madinah Munawwara. This is mudaf, mudaf ilayhi. Whether the attached pronoun is attaching to a dharf or other than dharf, so long as it's attaching to a noun, it's always going to give us mudaf, mudaf ilayhi. ولي أخت واحدة اسمها زينب. ولي أخت واحدة. And I have one sister. أخت واحدة. The numbers 1 is used as a na'at. So if the thing being counted is masculine, it's also going to be masculine. If it's feminine, it's going to be feminine. We add a ta marbuta. أخت واحدة. اسمها, her name is زينب. اسمها, ha, this is the damir. Yeah, representing here. اسمها زينب. Her name is Zainab. So I have one sister, her name is Zainab. وهي في العراق, and she is in Iraq. مع زوجها, with her husband. مع مضاف. زوجي مضاف إليه. And زوجي again is مضاف. And the ha is مضاف إليه. So we have a sequence of مضاف مضاف إليه. She is in Iraq with her husband. زوجها مهندس. Her husband is an engineer. زوجها مهندس. Her husband is an engineer. Next page. أعندك سيارة يا أخي. أعندك. Do you have a car, oh my brother? أعندك سيارة يا أخي. Do you have a car, oh my brother? لا. No. ما عندي سيارة. ما عندي سيارة. ما here does not mean what. We've taken ma coming as noun of asking questions. What? But here ma is a harf. This ma is a harf نافية. Harf نافية. Particle of negation. So let's write that down. Ma here is حرف نفي. حرف نفي. Particle of negation. So ma, we have ma that we've taken, which is ma of istifham, ma used to ask questions. Now we're taking ma harf nafi, particle. This is a particle, not a ism. Ma of negation. Ma indi sayyara, I don't have a car. Indi sayyara, I have a car. Ma indi sayyara, I don't have a car. Indi darrajatun, I have a bicycle. Hamzatu عنده سيارة. Hamza he has a car. Hamza has a car. Hamza has a car. I don't have a car. I have a bike. Hamza has a car. طيب. So that was a long passage and a long conversation with a lot of new rules. So hopefully inshallah that was understood. Next lesson inshallah we're going to revise. We're going to review what we've taken so far, all of the 10 lessons and the concepts inshallah. So next lesson is going to be a revision lesson. So I hope that this lesson was understood, inshallah. I encourage everyone to do their best to do the homework. The homework is going to start from here till the end of the lesson. Till the end of the lessons. So the first homework here, tamarin exercises, says أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية. Answer the following questions. You should try and answer as though you are Muhammad. Answer the question as though you are Muhammad from the text. So Hamid is the one that's asking you questions and you are Muhammad. Masmuka ismi, you'd say ismi Muhammad. Ma lughatuka لغتي الأردية, and so on, as he mentions in the sentence. لغتي الأردية, and so on. So you're going to answer the questions as though you are Muhammad and relating it back to the passage that we just read. Second homework, ضع في الفراغ فيما يلي الضمير هو أو ها. Place in the empty space, in the following empty space, the ضمير هو or ha. Choose one of these, which is suitable. Who, remember, is the muttasil version, is the attached version of huwa. Ha is the attached version of hiya. So if it's masculine, use this. If it's feminine, use this. So let's do the first one together. هذه البنت طالبة. اسم who or اسمها? اسمها, because we're referring to a feminine. اسمها زينب, and so on. طيب. Here it says هات 5 أسئلة وأجوبة كالمثال الآتي. Give 5 questions and answers like the following example. أعندك قلم؟ نعم عندي قلم. So you need to create 5 questions similar to this. Do you have كذا وكذا? Do you have? And then you say, yes, I do. I have that thing. And then next one, you need to create same question and answers, but this one is going to contain a negation. So the answer here was نعم. Here is going to be لا. No, I don't have. So you're going to practice how to use the ما. أعندك قلم? Do you have a pen? لا. ما عندي قلم. I don't have a pen. No. تأمل ما يلي. Reflect over the following. This is the ضميرs. بيت. Whenever a ضمير is attached to it, it's going to give you مضاف مضاف إليه, مضاف مضاف إليه. And these are the 4 ضميrs that we've taken so far. The muttasil version of the 4 that we've taken. So بيتي is أنا. بيتي, my house. بيتك is أنت, your house. بيته is هو, his house. بيتها is here, her house. أضف الأسماء الآتية إلى المتكلم والمخاطب والغائب والغائبة كما هو موضح في المثال. أضف, do إضافة, يعني ascribe the following nouns to. المتكلم is first person, second person, third person masculine, third person feminine, as is shown, illustrated in the example. As is illustrated. So you need to do إضافة. You need to make it مضاف to the different ضميrs, whether it's first person, second person, third person, and third person we have masculine and female. So the example says قلم. هذا قلمي. This is first person. This is my pen. قلمك, your pen, مخاطب. قلمه, third person masculine, third person feminine, قلمها. You need to do the same thing. So كتابي, هذا كتابي, هذا كتابك, هذا كتابه, هذا كتابها. And when you're doing this, it shouldn't be done like as though you're just saying it. You should be doing it with the meaning going through your head. You have to visualize the meaning as though you're saying his pen, your pen, her pen, and so on. You need to visualize the meaning as well when you're doing this homework. Number 6, اقرأ, read. لي, لك, له, لها. Remember this lam is the same lam that we were studying previously. Lam of harf jar, the lam of harf jar. Here, when it's attached to damirs, other than ya, it's going to take a fatha. When it's attached to damirs, it takes a fatha. طيب, here we mention another rule, yeah? So if we have a damir attached to a noun, it gives us mudaf, mudaf ilayhi. Right? When a damir attaches to a noun, it gives mudaf ilayhi, mudaf ilayhi. When a damir attaches to a harf jar, it gives us harf jar ism majroor. It gives us jar or majroor. The harf jar is going to be attached to the damir, and the damir is going to be the ism majroor. So the damir is representing the ism majroor. So this gives us jar or majroor. Jar or majroor. Yeah, any type of harf jar. If you see a damir muttasil, a damir attached to it, then it's going to give you jar or majroor. Jar or majroor. Okay. لي أخت واحدة. We need to read this. Okay. طيب, and then we need to read this also. مع means with. مع means with. And مع is a ظرف. ظرف مكان. Adverb of place. So whatever comes after is going to be مضاف إليه. مع خالد مضاف إليه مجرور. Next one. Exercise number 8 is to teach you the Asma'ul Khamsa. Two of the Asma'ul Khamsa, which is Abuka and Akhuka, as we explained. When these nouns are mudaf to anything other than Ya'ul Mutakallim, anything other than the Ya showing Ana, this Ya, then we always have to have a waw added. There's a waw that's going to be added between the word and the mudaf ilay and the damir that comes after it. And this waw is what represents the word being marfu'. Okay? So abun, abuka, abuhu, abuha. But when it's ya, abi, akhi, we take off the waw. طيب, this is what this section here is teaching you. And then you just need to read the passage there. And then finally, number 9 is nouns which are masculine. If they have ta marbuta, they are also mamnu' min as-sarf. Why are they mamnu' min as-sarf? Because they are alam mu'annath. They are feminine proper nouns. Although the meaning is not feminine, the wording, the pronunciation of the word is feminine. It has a symbol of femininity, hence it's mamnu' min as-sarf. So Hamzatu is mamnu' min as-sarf, Talhatu, and so on. Based on this, you need to do this exercise and see if you can read these words correctly. Al-kalimatul jadida, the new words. Az-zamilu, colleague. Az-zawju means partner. It's exactly the same as partner and spouse. It's unisex. The word can be used for male and female. Wahidun, one. Fatan, young lad or young youth, boy. Ma'a, with. At-tiflu, a toddler. Al-Kuwaitu, Kuwait. Al-Lughatu, language. طيب, today's lesson was quite long. Next lesson we're going to revise. And until then, I hope everyone enjoys their Ramadan and does their homework and revises. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.